And I know, when you guys requested 90s boom bap stuff, I'm pretty sure you guys mean like gangsta stuff. Music more like NWA, Tribe Called Quest. So next video, I promise you guys I'll be doing a beat more along that style. So last video, I found a really cool sample that really had a whole lot of soul in it, and here I kind of wanted to stray away from that. Quite a bit actually, we didn't do like any soul at all. And for today's samples, I actually use Arcade by Output. Finding boom bap samples on Arcade was kind of a challenge. It wasn't a huge deal, but at the same time, it was a little bit scuffed. Also, if I seem like I'm like energetic, it's because I'm drinking this yerba mate and it's amazing. I love it. And I gotta say, I used to make boom bap tracks a lot back in the day when I first started producing, and I haven't really done a whole lot more since I've been a more experienced producer, so I like with the way that this came out. It actually turned out really good. And if you guys enjoyed the content, drop a like rating. It really helps me know that you guys are liking what I'm putting out. Consider subscribing as well. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that I did was open up Arcade right here, and I made up this little pattern. And then after that, I used the same Arcade patch to get this right here. It's a little bit more busy, just so I can add it in when I wanted to. So now for this bottom sample right here, I cut it in half just so I can kind of make it so they're two separate samples. And the first thing that I'm thinking of is 140 is kind of fast for some boom bap stuff, so I'm actually gonna decrease this down to 70. Alright, and now we should be good. Now what we can do is put all of these onto a mixer channel. Alright, so all I'm gonna do is actually grab these and then make its own little mixer bus over here on channel 5, so I can go over here and hit route to this track only. And now I'm gonna do my mixing through there, and I wanna add some RC20 for sure. Make it sound a little bit more vintage. Some distortion. I don't like adding too much reverb to my boom bap sample, so I'm not going to. Might do some digital stuff though. That should be good. I'm actually gonna go and decrease some of these volumes too. And I might actually put some auto panner on it. Alright, so auto panner is actually a preset in the patcher plugin that FL Studio offers to everyone. And I absolutely love that plugin. I use it on basically every beat that I make. One thing that I stopped doing for a while was actually panning stuff from left and right. Just because it was, I don't know, I guess it's being lazy. But panning stuff from the left to the right, like whether it be your drums, your melody, anything else like that, can really add some space in your mix without increasing the gain. It just catches the listener's ear without increasing the volume at all. It's really, really helpful. Alright, now we can start adding some drums. It sounds a little bit like a really dark, scary type of boom bap, so I'm gonna actually have this every one step. Perfect. That should be fine, just like right there. I want like something kind of catch you off guard. That's good, I like that. I want to go get like a percussion loop, something that fits the vibe. That might actually work. Alright, so generally I don't like to use any drum loops in my beats. I prefer to make my own patterns, but the one exception that I make is actually perc loops. I love perc loops to bits. But the one thing you have to keep in mind is when using a perc loop that you have to make sure that it fits your beat. If the pockets aren't right, or if it's overlayering some other stuff, it might not be worth it to put it in your beat. But yeah, there's a whole lot of possibilities that you can have when using perc loops. You can add some reverb on there, make it more like ear candy stuff. I've even pitched it down since it's an audio sample. It's honestly really cool. And then just time stretch it to fit on beat, lower down the volume and see how it goes. Actually fits pretty well within the group of my drums. So now that that is done and over with, we need a bass line, duh. Same thing I did in the last video, I'm gonna go ahead and use Serum, just grabbing a sine wave from the analog over here and then hitting a sine. Put that on over. And then for this one, I want a little bit of a change up. I want to go up to like right there, I think. All right, and then put that down a few octaves. Whenever you're doing a synth bass, you really gotta make sure that you add some sort of presence to it. I gotta do some stuff to it, but I don't want to go crazy overboard. So in my very new journey of sound design, one thing that I've really been loving to do is make my own synth basses and 808s and kicks, but as far as synth basses go, they are so simple. It's just a sine wave in a really low octave, right? So what you have to do to make that more present is adding a lot of distortion and filters. Normally when I think of filters, I think of something that's gonna ruin a sound and make it sound more muddy or dirty. But here, it just really cleans it up and you can hear it much more in the mix. Like as you can see here, I'm just basically messing with the filter a little bit, adding some distortion with inside of that drive knob right there. Fattened it up a little bit. I'm not quite sure what the fattening knob does. I think it makes it a little bit more thick. And that's pretty much all that I did to make this really simple synth bass. That sounds good right there. Or we can add some noise actually. Clicking a little bit, so what I can do over here is just increase the envelope just a little bit, just so we can get rid of that like clicking noise. That's perfect. All right, now what I'm going to do is actually mute the serum, and then I'm gonna add an 808 for a different sort of part of the beat. Question is, what 808 do I want? I want something quicker, I think. Like that's like medium. I can probably make that one work. I don't like to make like my 808 super melodic whenever I do boom bap. And we'll just reverse that to over here. And put you down. Cool. All right, all done with that. Do you guys use 808s in your old like boom bap tracks? Because for a long while there, I wasn't using any. I was basically just using any sort of bass I could find in the instrument and then letting that carry my low end. But when it comes to boom bap, it just felt out of place for some reason. Just something about it I didn't like for a long while. Let me know what you guys think. And I think it's gonna be our loop. Okay, so now that I have my loop all set up, I think I want to go in and find one more melody, more of just like something that's not quite like how do I explain it? A melody that's more of like a stab that's not really always in there, and just basically put in certain parts. Here, I think I want like a guitar, I think. I like that already. Very simple, but I like that. I think that's it. I think that's all that I really want. Hang on. Okay. It is so crazy what a simple little melody can do with the right sound selection to a beat. Like this melody is not the center of the beat by any means, but when it comes in, it just adds a whole other layer to the beat, and it turned out really well. It's not even that complex. It's just the sound selection that really made it so cool. All right, that actually might work out pretty flawlessly. That's good. I need a filter on it for sure. That's good. Just really tucked in the background there. I dig that. It's just like ear candy almost. And okay, so one thing I really like is the percussion loop that we have has an open hat paired with the open hat that I put in there. It's almost like the open hats are like dancing around each other, which I think is actually really cool. Really nice. The pockets there are just deep, really nice. Let's start getting an intro. With my boom bap, you could even have your drums come in all at once, but I don't want to for this one. I'm just gonna have nothing like that. I may keep the perk loop, but I'm not sure yet. Definitely don't want that. I'll get that going like right there. Just ride the pocket there. This drop doesn't necessarily have to have the bass in it right away. This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about the whole me having a problem with bass and boom bap. Like, of course you need to have it, but just whenever I have that drop, I just love to have like this simple little drum pattern with nothing else changing, and then we'll bring in some more elements after that. But honestly, I don't really think that you really need to have a bass like right when the drop happens. It's just, maybe that's just me personally, but that's just how I feel. When it comes to boom bap only though, when it comes to trap, you need to have that drop hit bass heavy. You know, you want that to be knocking shit out. But for boom bap, it's just smooth, just go with the flow. Might just have the drums come in and that's it. Just smooth. Yeah, that's good. That's ooh. That just pairs well together. We might actually leave it out from there on out. Just have it like like 2 bars and that's it. Ooh, okay, then we'll bring that over here. That's good. That's good. We'll have, should we have like 1 bar? Sorry, 4 bars of the 808s after that? Or just nothing? Just really give the room for that guitar. And then here we're gonna get rid of all of these. Get rid of that one. No, leave that one there. We'll actually have 2 bars. That's what we'll do. We'll have 2 right there. Okay, and then we'll have the 808s drop right there. I only want 8 bars for the hook, so we'll just have that going. Yeah, you guys heard me say this a lot in the last video that I put out. It's my personal taste, really, but I feel like when you're doing boom bap, it's all meant to be around the rapper. So tell like a story or something like that needs 16 bars and then 8 bars just to really like have something to be memorable. But I don't think you need a 16 bar hook. It's just, I save that for a trap, all right? Something in here sounds like it's being too cluttered, and I think it's these. All right, and then so over here, I want another piece of that one, so I'll go and do this. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll bring back in the main melody afterwards. I think we actually need to clean up the last part of the hook. Yeah, I dig it. Usually when I do my boom bap stuff, I really like to have a longer time for the track. Usually I try to end around like 3:30, but I'm gonna try and go for like 4 minutes here, maybe it's like an 8 bar verse real quick. Yeah, that's good. And I think that should be okay. This outro was kind of by accident. I didn't really mean to have the guitar carry on all the way through, but once I actually heard it, like in the very beginning of the outro, just figured write it out, and it actually did sound pretty good. Because that's all that a beat really is, you know? You gotta imagine if someone's telling their story, you gotta be ending up that story correctly, and I feel like the guitar really helped bring that story to a close. That's it. Not one of those tracks that's gonna like grab your ear for like a beat sort of thing, but I feel like a rapper has a lot of room to tell a story on here. Okay, so for this video, I actually did quite a bit of preparation, more than I've done for some other videos. For 2 days straight, I listened to nothing but straight up boom bap stuff, some really like old school hip hop, just because I really want to give this genre the respect that it deserves. But I gotta say, for 2 days straight listening to boom bap, Juice WRLD came out with a new song. And yeah, I was really happy to go back to some trap stuff. So I think the next video I'm going to be putting out is going to be something along that style. I have been thinking that Avatar: The Last Airbender came out on Netflix, and I binged the entire series in 2 days. And I love that soundtrack so much. I really do think that I can make some sort of like hip hop beat off of that, or just like sample it in any sort of way. If you guys go back and listen to the melody that's being played when Azula is on screen, that melody is so trap, it's crazy. I think I can really do something with that one too. So I might do that one for the next video, we'll see. Also, what do you guys think of the backdrop? I was editing the last video and just, God, everything is so empty behind me in the last video, and I was just like, I need to fix that. So like that same day, I went on Amazon and ordered this thing. It came with this one, white and green. Green's gonna take some really good like chrome keying, and I've never done that before, so I'm gonna have to wait for that one. All right, but once again, if you guys did enjoy the content, please make sure to leave a like rating. It really helps me out a lot, as well as consider subscribing to the channel and sticking around. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.